Hey guys, it's me, and I'm just doing a quick update on how my wisdom teeth, my double wisdom teeth extraction recovery process has gone. As you can tell from my previous videos, I now don't have as much of a puffy face. It's still puffy, well, swollen. It's not bruised anymore, and I can talk without a big lisp anymore. To me, it still sounds like I've got a lisp because my tongue is still a problem, but I'll get to that in a minute. Okay, the first thing that they did was they took me down to, after waiting for 4 hours, they took me down to the anaesthetic room, or whatever they call it, the room where they knock you out. And because I'm scared of injections or needles, saying that, I've got 7 tattoos, different feeling, and they said because it was done privately, I didn't have to pay for it, just the NHS had to do it within a certain time period and they couldn't fulfill it, so I managed to get it done privately for free. They offered me to get put to sleep using gas and air. Within 3 breaths of the gas and air, which was very strong, first off I pushed it away because it tasted really horrible, and they were like, if you don't have this, you need the needle. So I took it back. 3 breaths, I was out. And I went down at 3 o'clock and I started waking up around 4. I remember looking at the time. I was like instantly thinking of things in my life as soon as I woke up, just to check that it was me. It's a really bizarre feeling waking up. And then I was in there for about hour and a half, 2 hours. I got back down to the actual recovery ward about just before 6, so I was kind of 2 hours, but it didn't feel very long because I guess you're just like kind of dazed. And then my mum was allowed to come and see me. Back to when I was just waking up, they were talking to me or something, saying deep breaths, something, I don't know. And they actually took out the plastic tube that they put in to, I guess, help you breathe or something. And I always get freaked out looking at those in hospital, thinking, how the hell did they shove those down? But actually, I didn't really feel it. And then they took these big gauzes out my mouth. Instantly felt massive and tingly. And then when I was back in with my mum, I just was tired, felt sick, but I wasn't sick. All I wanted to do was sleep. Obviously, you have to try and have something to drink, so they gave me loads of water and eat. They gave me some ice cream. The only ice cream I wanted was vanilla flavour, but no, they didn't have any. They gave me strawberry and chocolate. Really. So I don't really like any other flavour ice cream other than mint chocolate chip and vanilla, so that didn't go down so well. And because my whole tongue was numb, it tasted hot. It was really weird. And everything tasted like plastic, obviously because of the tube that was down my throat. But anyway, I managed to get up and walk to the toilet, go to the toilet, and then get back up and walk back to the bed. But I was just so tired. They were like, come on, you need to eat some more and get up and get dressed, motivated. And I was just so tired. But eventually I did it. My mum was just like, come on, as soon as you do this, you get to go home. And then we went back to my private room, which was like this recliner chair sort of thing, really nice, with another chair for my mum to sit in and a TV. So we sat in there for about 20 minutes, half an hour, just to kind of relax before going back. And they had to come and take the needle out of my wrist, which is still slightly bruised, if you can see it right there. And this is when things went bad. They pulled it out, and instantly I was like, I'm going to be sick. And they didn't have time to run and get me one of those hat bucket things. My mum went because it's a private room, they had this little bin, and she got me the little carrier bag, and I was sick into it, and it was all blood, because obviously I'd swallowed blood. And then as that was happening, my whole body came up in a rash. It was all on my stomach, my back, my chest, my arms, everything, even my legs. And they were like, quick, call a doctor, like, we think she's had an allergic reaction or something. And I was freaking out. And as quickly as it came, it disappeared. So that was strange, and they were like, well, it's literally gone. They checked my stats, and my blood pressure was fine, my oxygen was fine, everything was fine. So they were like, if she can go. So they let us out a private exit so that we could go straight into the car park and not have to go through all the hospital, which was great. And then I went home. That was on a Friday, and it's now the Sunday a week after, so it's been a week and a bit since I've had it done, and it's been rough. I've been in so much pain, I've cried, I've been sleeping a lot, and then periods of where I don't sleep and I just cry, and the pain is unbearable. It's not too bad now, but because I've got bad ears as well, the pain kind of went up to my ear, and my ear's now painful. And it went all down my neck. The right side was a lot worse. This is because, this is the side that's still swollen. And this is the side where they drilled actually really quite far into my jawbone. And that's the bone that is kind of playing up right now. But both sides have stitches. If I can open my mouth wider now, and I struggled a lot. I can only for the past 3 or 4, maybe 3 days, I've been able to eat like proper food. It's not just like mashy foods, if you know what I mean. So I still tend to eat soft foods if I can, but you know, if I fancy something, like I've had some Doritos, I've been eating some of these. It's just really hard. My mouth feels so dry all the time, and half my tongue, all this side, is still numb. Not as numb, but I mean, I think the tip is mainly sorted now, but the whole left side, all the way to the back and all the way underneath, is still numb, really sore. And I was like, why is it like this? So I googled it, obviously, as most people do, and apparently it's very common when they take the tooth out to damage the nerve. And when they did the x-ray before I had them out, they were touching the tip, like the bottom roots of my teeth were touching the nerves. So that's probably why. But the only thing I worry about is it can last for weeks, months, years, or it can never go away. You know, I can put up with this for a few weeks, not months or years, no, especially not forever, because my tongue just feels massive. To me, it sounds like I've got a lisp. I've always had a short, fat tongue anyway, but it just feels so fat. It freaks me out. I don't like the feeling. It's a horrible sensation. But the healing process, the teeth themselves are healing really well. There's still stitches in them. They're dissolvable ones. I know not everyone gets dissolvable stitches. I've seen a lot of videos and people have had normal stitches or no stitches. There's not been that much bleeding. The only blood that I had was for the first day when I was in hospital and just after. But most of that got washed away. And I've just got this flap of skin which has been left from something, and it just keeps bleeding. Anyway, on to caring for them. The first couple of days, I could not brush my teeth. I could not even open my mouth like this. I was literally just drinking water, or squash. You know, no hot drinks. Maybe got a bit of mushed up ice cream in. But then it came to like all the rest of the days I use salt water. Like I boil the kettle, dissolve salt in it, a lot of salt, more salt the better, and rinse it round. Also, I got a syringe and filled it with salt water. It was a clean syringe because my mum got me one. And I found it was easier because I couldn't, like, you know, rinse properly because my mouth was so painful. So I was able to like squirt it, so I hit it and lots of dry blood came out. So that's how I clean it. And also I've now got a ulcers in my mouth. I don't know if that's just because it's been so dry and damaged and stressy. So I've had to wait because I wasn't sure if I was allowed to use Bonjela, but I'm getting some Cordyceil mouthwash, which is like this medical mouthwash. I had it when I had my lips pierced. My lip pierced. It's just one lip I had pierced, but twice. And some Bonjela to kind of help heal everything a bit more, but it's going okay. And the only problem is now it's a slightly bit sore. The only problem is it's the tongue. If the tongue was back to normal, I'd be fine. I could deal with ulcers. I quite like the taste of Bonjela, but it's still quite hard to eat. Like, I don't know. But the good thing is they never grow back, so this is all I have to go through. I'm just worried now the top ones are going to grow and I'm going to have to go through it all again. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, subscribe and give a big thumbs up to this video. This has been a pretty chilled video. I've not really been doing much, and I've finally been like properly washing my hair and stuff. Like, I would have a shower and stuff, but like I managed to give it deep wash and condition yesterday, and it was so good. And now I've just conditioned it some more with my spray, and it's gone a bit funny because I'm about to straighten it. Anyway, I'll see you all again very shortly. I've got some more stuff that's arrived for unboxing, so thanks so much. Bye.